and welcome to my channel. This is the first video of mine that you are seeing. Thank you guys for watching. Today I'm filming a collab with my new friend Michelle Prindle. I love her. She's my blonde little like honey bunny, and she is so talented, you guys. Like, she's everything that I wish I was in a creative sense. Like, she's so edgy, but she can make the most beautiful makeup look. She's seriously so talented. So I kind of reached out to her and I wanted to do a collab because I love her personality. Her energy is just contagious. And seriously, her makeup skills are absolutely amazing. I'm going to link all of her social media down below along with her video, because she also created a look using this Voss Holy Grail palette, which is so beautiful. I don't think I've ever actually filmed with this, like a makeup tutorial on my channel. So we decided to do that together, and I use all eyeshadows from this palette and pair it with a glossy lip, so super simple and super fun. I know Michelle's look is freaking amazing. She's been working on it for a little while. I've just been out of town and been kind of busy, so I'm just now getting around to filming mine. But seriously, she is going to blow you guys away. So we have a mutual friend named Megan, Nutmeg Yo-Yo, and I'll also link her things down below because she actually introduced us and she told me to check out Michelle, and I'm so glad I did because she's so talented. But literally, we've talked every day since she introduced us, and I just love her. I hope to meet her one day because she's just great. I just want to thank you guys for 15,000. It means the world to me. So I know at least some of you will go subscribe to her and support her because you guys will fall in love just like I did. But seriously, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to go check out Michelle's video because it's linked down below along with all of her social media and all of her information. And if you want to see how I got this look using the Holy Grail Violet Voss palette, then just keep watching. Hey guys, so as always, we're going to start with a clean, moisturized, prepped face, and I'm going to take the Makeup Forever Step 1 Mattifying Primer and focus out on the center of my chin and around my nose just to control oil, and as you can see, you need the tiniest amount. And next, we're going to take the NYX Angel Veil Primer, which reminds you a lot of the Hourglass Primer, just of course, a fraction of the cost, and just apply that onto the outer perimeter of our face, and this just gives you a really smooth and seamless base. And now, just to color correct these recovering blemishes on my cheek, I'm going to use the NYX HD Green Concealer and just put a little bit of that on those areas and then a little bit on my chin as well. And then for foundation today, I'm going to take the Loreal Infallible and the Loreal True Match and mix those together. But first, I'm going to take just the Infallible alone and focus that on the center of my face just to kind of control oil even more. And then I'm going to take the rest of the mixture, apply it to my face, and also drag it down onto my neck. And I'll be using my Morphe G6 to do this, and I love this brush. It's so good and so affordable. And as always, I love to take a damp beauty sponge and just go over my whole entire face to make sure we don't have any streaks and there's not too much excess product left over on our skin. Now moving on to the under eye, I'm going to take the Becca Under Eye Corrector to prep for my concealer. And I'm just going to apply a thin layer of that with my ring finger so that we don't tug on our eyes too much. Then I'm going to take the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And then just to brighten a little bit more, which is a step I actually wish that I would have left off, I'm going to take the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Neutralizer. And then I'm going to lightly bake my under eye with the Maybelline Translucent Finishing Veil. But as always, whenever I apply my concealer, I like to blend it out prior to actually using a sponge with the applicator, just so that the sponge doesn't soak up too much excess product, and then that way you're going to lose coverage. And then also in turn, you're going to have to use more product. But like I said, I just wish I would have left this step out using the Maybelline Neutralizer shade, just because it did add a little bit extra brightness. It's a great concealer, but I've really been into that kind of one tone between your foundation concealer, and then I like to add dimension and depth with my contour and my bronzer, so just a step I wish I would have left out. But I'm just going to go back and blend over my lids, and then make sure that I set that with a powder so that my shadows will blend a lot more smoothly. And then also to control oil, I'm going to take the Mercier powder and bake around my chin and around my nose. And now to contour, I'm going to take the Kat Von D Shade Light palette, and using that center shade and my Sigma F05 brush, I'm going to run that underneath my cheekbones, down the sides of my nose, which was a hot mess. Please excuse that. And I always like to use circular motions when I blend and make sure to blend up and out. That way it doesn't get too muddy or go down too low on your face. And now moving on to my bronzer on my forehead, I'm taking my beloved Sephora Airbrush Bronzer in the shade Light Medium and my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush and just applying that onto my forehead. I absolutely love this bronzer. It gives such a flawless finish.
It gives you additional coverage. Seriously, it's so beautiful. You have to go check it out. And now using my ColourPop Black N Brown gel pot, I'm going to do my brows off camera, and then we're going to jump onto the eyeshadow. So prepare for a lot of blending. So taking the shade Bestie from the Violet Voss Holy Grail palette on my Morphe M502, I'm going to start working this into my crease. So after knowing the intensity of this look, I wanted to go ahead and add some more brightness to my brow bone. So I'm going to take the shade Gummy Bear from ColourPop, which was one of their highlighting sticks, and just run that underneath my brow bone. And then I'm going to blend that out with this amazing Younique cream shadow brush. And it is seriously so good, you guys. I'm going to leave a link down below to my favorite presenter, so you guys want to purchase it, make sure to use that link. But it is so flat and so precise, you could use it to blend out your shadow like this. You could use it to pack on eyeshadow on your lid. Seriously, glitter, anything. It's amazing. Now I'm going to take the shade Are You Kitten Me from the palette and use that same M502 and also work that into the crease. You want to make sure that you're using really good transition shades, since we're going to be using such a dark brown on the lid, and blending that out. That way you have a great base and everything blends a lot more seamlessly. And now I'm going to take brownie points and apply that onto my lid with my finger. Just really messily, because we're going to go back in with the brush anyway and be adding even darker shadows, so you don't really have to be too precise with this just yet. And now taking my Sigma E25 in the shade Brownie Points again, I'm going to do what I just said and just go ahead and blend that out with the brush. Now if you guys didn't want to go as dark as I did in the final look, you could stop right here just after you blended to your satisfaction. But seriously, so pretty. I love how warm these showed up on the eyes, and they blend so well, so I was really impressed with this palette. Now I'm going to take my M502 in the shade Brownie Points and start bringing that up higher into my crease, since I am going in with a darker shade on my lid. So this look does require a lot of blending, so I tried to speed it up. I hope you guys don't mind, but seriously, a lot of blending. Even though it was very simple, I used only a few eyeshadows. You're still going to want to make sure you take your time when you're blending, or else you're going to look like you have a black eye, and we don't want that. Now taking the shade Bestie again and the shade Are You Kitten Me, I'm just going to start working those into my crease again to blend out even more, make sure everything is really diffused. And now taking Teddy Bear, which is the star of the show, I'm going to do the same process that I just did with Brownie Points and run that on my lid with my finger, and then use the Sigma E25 and then take that even higher into my crease with the M502. So just a lot of blending here. But I loved how like warm and rich this came out to be on my eyes. It even has like a kind of plummy undertone to it, which I didn't even realize until I started applying it. But seriously, this palette, you guys, is gorgeous. Love these shadows. Love the way this look turned out. Now taking Thanks to Latte, I'm just going to do a little bit more brow bone highlighting, not really so much for the highlighting purposes, just to make sure that the look is still really clean and we don't have too harsh of a line up that close to our brow bone. Now to work on my lower lash line, I'm going to take the shade Brownie Points and run that underneath, just to tie everything together and also smoke it out a little bit. And I am going to go back in with a darker shade, the shade Teddy Bear, and like a flat definer brush in just a minute and really press that up against my lashes. But for now, we're going to move back onto the face. So I'm going to take the shade Songbird from Becca and on my Sonia Kashuk blush brush and just apply that onto the apples of my cheeks. And there was actually like a certain look I was going for with my blush, and it took me 3 blushes to figure out what it was. But next I'm going to take this beautiful blush from Sigma, which is in the shade Sirene. It is so pretty. It reminds me of Becca Amaretto, but just a little bit more pink. And as always, I'm going to take my damp sponge and just kind of run that underneath my contour, my blush, just to clean it up a little bit, because I don't really bake underneath there, but I do like to make sure that I have a pretty clean line. Now taking my Morphe M527 and this Maybelline Fit Me 355 powder, I'm going to use this to set my Sephora Airbrush Bronzer and just kind of run this over my cheeks as well to make sure my contour and blush are blended together. And then off camera, I'm going to apply my wing liner using the Balm Schwing liner. And then after seeing my eyeliner, I kind of decided that I want to make this a little bit more intense and bring this shade up higher into my crease. So I'm taking my Sigma E25 again in the shade Brownie Points and doing that. And now blending even more, I'm going to take that same M502 from Morphe and just make sure that everything is really clean and seamless. And then as I mentioned earlier, we're going to take Teddy Bear again on that flat definer brush, which is also from Morphe, but I'm not sure of the number, so I'll make sure to list that down in the description box. Then I'm just going to press that underneath my lower lash line. And although you could really smoke this out, I just kind of kept it simple, like my normal day-to-day lower lash line, but of course that's totally up to you. And now taking a pencil brush in the shade Crystal from the palette, I'm going to just pop that onto my inner corner ever so slightly, just to add a little bit of brightness. And now taking my Koko Queen B lashes, I'm going to apply those off camera as well. And now I wanted to make it a little bit darker again, so I used the same Sigma E25. Like I said, this took a lot of blending, a lot of going back and forth, but the intensity and the color payoff that you want is totally up to you. I just kind of felt that with the lashes and the liner, I needed just a little bit more drama. And just for a little bit more blending, I'm going to take Are You Kidding Me again on the same M502 and just run that into the higher portion of my crease, just so there's not such a big contrast between the brow bone highlight and the shade Teddy Bear on my lid. Now I'm going to apply my favorite brown liner, and this is Brew Haha from ColourPop, into my waterline. And for my final blush choice, which is the one I meant to go with all along, I'm using the shade Amaretto from the Jaclyn Hill Face Palette. Love, love, love this shade. And then to highlight, I'm taking Becca Opal on my Morphe M501 and just putting that on the high points of my cheeks, down the bridge of my nose, and on the tip of my nose. And now to finish up the whole look, I'm going to do my lips, and I'm going to wipe off my excess chapstick, and then take the shade BFF2 from ColourPop and line my lips. So while we're here, let's just pretend that I don't have those two huge globs of lash glue on my eyes. Can we do that? Okay, good. Moving on. And then for my lips, I'm going to take Maybelline Daringly Nude lipstick and just basically apply that into the center. Now, if you didn't like a gloss, you could leave it like this, but I am going to add the shade Rambutan from Bite Beauty as my gloss, and then that will complete this look. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to go check out Michelle and her video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!